Welfare is respectively one of the biggest issues in today's economy. Welfare is commonly defined as a statutory procedure or social effort designed to promote the basic physical and material well-being of people in need. There are multiple programs in our country to accommodate those who need welfare. Many people believe that there are problems with the system.
It's good for the people that need it, but there's people that abuse it, get on it, and they don't need it.
The abuse is the biggest problem. Harder qualifications, that's not be having babies just for the profit of getting more welfare. That the abuse is the biggest thing that needs to be fixed.
Or bad?
I think it's good for those that need it, but it's bad for the ones that want to milk it. I think they should have to do a drug test and be tested for alcohol and all of the above before they get help.
The amount
As
of
you can
years the
see, many
recipients of
people
welfare
understand
stay
that this
dependent
is a
is
problem.
outstandingly high. 65% of people on welfare stay dependent for 8 or more years. 93% of people stay dependent for more than 2 years. While many of these people are in crucial need of the government's assistance, most have no desire to find a job because the government gives them the money. It ends up costing the government $132 billion annually.
So how can we fix this nationwide problem?
Yeah.
So,
Our government needs to do some things.
there are many theories as to what we could do. There are programs that have attempted to increase work incentive, such as TANF, or Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, and AFDC, or Aid to Families with Dependent Children. TANF requires the recipient actively seek employment and that they only receive assistance for a limited amount of time. However, the states are allowed to choose how many resources they devoted to the program. AFDF attempted to make sure that people with larger families received more help, but that quickly evolved into people abusing it. Many people will just keep having children so that they could receive more money. Some people say that we should start drug testing the recipients. Little do they know, it's already been tried before, and if we did it again, it could end up costing our country millions of dollars in drug testing, only to find about 5% of tested recipients are actually on drugs. Other people say that we should have even more restrictions for people who receive welfare.
What are the major problems of welfare and how do you think they should be fixed?
The major problems are the people who take advantage of the program, and the program's in place to help people who need it, and sometimes the people who may need it but utilize the program for not so good things. I'm not sure how you control that. I think you just have to weigh the benefits to the people who need it against the ones who are taking advantage.
The current law is very flexible, but what it says is that the core of the law, you have to do something about work. All the current law basically says is to a state, you have to have roughly 30 to 40% of what you're called work-eligible adults engaged in some type of activity. It has to be about 20 or 30 hours a week to count. And then we give a range of 14 different activities ranging from a GED class to on-the-job training to supervised job search to subsidized employment to employment. A very wide range of activities that count under that. And it's very difficult to come up with something that doesn't count under this system. But the Obama administration has said, we want to change that, okay? And they explicitly said, we want to lower those participation rates. When you read what they actually said, we want to exempt people out. Well, it only applies to a third of the caseload. Why do you need to exempt things? Why do you need to make these standards lenient when today, as we speak, right this moment, half of the caseload in this program are sitting at home doing absolutely nothing? Why do you need to make this more lenient?
As former President Ronald Reagan has said, we should measure welfare's success by how many people leave welfare, not by how many are added. There is only one way that the welfare programs are going to be fixed. Our elected officials need to discuss this topic at the upcoming debates and make a decision.